Hello and welcome to another video. This will be another Lounge TV reaction. This one is called Tom Can Bake. This is almost as long as Bontal Bass reaction just did. So let's see what happens in this video. After I do this video, I'm going to upload both the long reactions, and then I just have to worry about the less than 30-minute ones. One of which is another Lounge TV reaction I'll have to do, but I'm going to do a few other reactions before I do today's Lounge TV reaction. So I just want to give that heads up. But anyways, with that being said, let's get into this video.
Welcome, Lounge Steve. Oh, did you want to start?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
I didn't know if you were going to start, so I was about to start, and then you started it.
Wait a second.
Welcome to Lounge TV.
I think I'm wearing Joe's apron, and I don't know what that was.
I don't either.
Hold on. What's Monsters Inc.? What are they called?
2319.
It's a 2319. 2319.
And that's Uncle Larry. We're doing a chill and grilling today. Because you know what? It's Thanksgiving time, and we're going to be making a dessert for Thanksgiving. A little bit different than usual, because we don't really do desserts.
I'm back. Hold on.
He's back.
Oh, where should I put this? So what did
Just fill up all the pockets of paper towels for next time Joe works.
so what did you do now so far? What did you say? You did an intro, and did you say what we're making?
I haven't said what we're making yet.
Oh, okay. We're doing a chill and grilling.
I said that.
Oh, Tom's doing a chill and grilling. Tom cooks again.
We ride again.
But
That's what you should call it. Tom cooks again.
Anyway,
is the camera talking?
it's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird.
So what we're going to be making is called Buckeye Brownies.
Why is it called Buckeye Brownies?
That's a good question. Do you know why they're called Buckeye Brownies?
Somebody named Joe Buckeye made these.
That's not it.
Bob?
Could have fooled me.
Fred?
Nope.
Greg.
No.
Billy Bob? Billy Bob
Nothing.
Buckeye.
That's not even close. Do you really want to know?
Somebody made them that lived in Buckeye, Ohio.
No, but that's closer.
Is it Buckeye, Ohio?
I don't know, but that's
No.
it's in Ohio. The Buckeyes are the, isn't that like...
They're a type of nut that are look like these little candies that
That's
are
what
like
Buckeye
chocolate
is?
covered peanut butter. It's
Yeah. So isn't there a college team?
probably named after the
called
nut.
Buckeyes? They're named after nuts.
I don't know. They might be named after the candy, but the candy's named after the nut.
So the Buckeye chickens are named after the nut.
Yeah, because they're brown and they're like light brown, dark brown.
Okay.
Huh.
Interesting. So
Well,
that's
that's news to us.
well, that's news to us.
Anyway, so Buckeye Brownies are, to give a really quick overview, just like a layer of brownie with a layer of sugary peanut butter with a layer of chocolate ganache on top.
Got
They're
it.
awesome.
You got
Yeah.
peanut butter, and Tom's gonna make these. So
I am.
okay, let's get going with the. It doesn't even look like that many ingredients here, really, to tell you the
Yep,
truth.
why don't you kick it off?
I will kick it off. We got, what do we have? Vegetable oil here.
That's vegetable oil.
Okay, we have a box of brownie mix with chocolate chips.
Doesn't have to have chocolate chips, though, does it?
I could have sworn we
It
didn't.
doesn't need to, but
That's
this
neat.
one did because all the boxes of the mix had chocolate chips in them. So
We have 2 Buckeye eggs.
How about
it's
that?
fitting.
Yeah, we have a stick of butter,
Yep.
and we have
Wait,
some,
what kind of butter is that? It doesn't look normal to me.
it's unsalted sweet
Oh.
cream, sweet creamy.
How about that?
Ooh, and it's soft,
Softened.
like soft sweet cream unsalted butter.
Imagine that.
And we have some confectioner sugar.
Yep. And from that point, we have some vanilla, peanut butter, water. You won't be using the whole thing, but we didn't have any better representation of water. And I just got a puddle of water on the table. Why would you do that? That's weird.
That's kind of messy.
That is weird.
Heavy cream and chocolate chips.
More chocolate chips? I thought this has chocolate chips in it.
Well, this is for the layer of the chocolate going on.
Oh, gotcha.
That's kind of why things are separate.
Why am I'm just asking you questions because I know you're doing all the cooking. I'm just the sous chef again.
Well, right, and that's why I'm
measuring
answering the
stuff out.
questions that you're asking, because they're
Okay.
important questions.
Okay.
Now, the water, I don't remember exactly where that goes, so that's why this is kind of right here. This apparently goes over here.
Butter goes that way.
And butter goes down there.
No, there you go. You're in the middle.
That's a good trade.
So you can keep me inside the pocket of your
Oh, there you go. You're in the middle.
That's a good trade.
Butter for water.
So, I guess we're going to get started.
That we
What's the
are.
first step, Tom?
The first step is that we're going to have to make the brownies, because we're going to have to make them and set them aside.
Why do you have to set them aside?
Because then you got to do the other stuff. You got to wait for the brownies to cool.
Oh, yeah, because you can't have soft brownies, and then if you try to spread something on it, it's just like a cake. And you got a mess. You got a big hole in the middle.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
And the peanut butter would melt.
And that.
Oh, I like melty peanut butter. Did you ever put peanut butter on toast? When it
Yeah.
comes out and it's nice and hot and you put peanut butter on it? Oh, I'm hungry.
Well, we're not making that. We're making brownies.
Well, let's get started.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
Okay. We got our brownie mix in the bowl. All good and ready to go. Yeah, but don't do that.
Okay, I could, though.
Sure, you could.
This is an interesting bowl that we have here, guys. We used to have a clear one that was all clear. You could see right through it, but somebody broke it.
Yep, somebody did.
It cracked up a little bit.
Yeah, it was laughing too hard. It just cracked.
Anyway, so really the first thing that you really want to do is get your baking sheet ready,
Oh.
which we have a 9x13 pan, and you can line it with parchment paper. We're not going to do that because this is non-stick.
It's a good non-stick.
It's a good non-stick. So we'll just be applying some butter spray from it. Just see he's going to be doing that.
Oh, sorry. Just do it over the sink, just in case, you know?
It's probably a good idea.
That way you don't end up with,
A buttery mess if you miss.
especially if you spray like that.
Alright, you can set that back down over there. We now get the stuff mixed in for the brownies. Now, I
Got no
noticed,
butter on my hand. Wait a second. Go ahead.
I noticed that this calls for 1 egg. There's 2 eggs there, though.
Oh, that's probably because the recipe that we're doing probably wants it to be fluffy. What?
What?
Actually, it's maybe.
What? 2 eggs makes it fluffier, or
Okay,
You
so
know,
is
it's
this what we want to put in first?
we might as well, because it's really just kind of all it goes together. And in fact, the values of it are different than what's on the box. So in other words, you don't need the box.
There you
And
go.
one's a really yellow oak. Okoyono.
Get it.
You got an oak egg? Isn't that just an acorn?
See, one's really yellow and one's pale, and that's because this time of year, you know, when you're using fresh eggs, the sunlight goes down, and sometimes, that's what happens.
So you want to put 2 eggs in there.
Put them in there.
Then you want to put in half a cup of vegetable oil.
Half a cup of vegetable oil, yes, sir.
Yep.
Ooh, look at that chocolate. That looks yummy, doesn't it?
And last,
Look. It's a face.
is it?
Yeah, 2 eyes, and then there's the nose.
It's a creepy face.
It's got very wide set eyes. Anyway,
It's like a sloth or something.
then 3 tablespoons of water. Kind of splash that on in.
That's a mighty fine H2O.
All right. Anyway, so then you want to then mix this up a little bit. Now, you don't want to mix this
I'll
up
just walk over
too
here.
much.
Who put a box on the floor?
You should watch where you're going. In the business, we call that a skill issue. Anyway, so you want to mix this up until everything is just combined. You don't want to
I think I hurt my knee.
overmix it. Once again, skill issue.
Not mixed yet.
Nope, not yet. So I imagine this is going to want to look kind of consistent throughout. Like,
I think when it
Not
comes
much.
to brownies, little lumps are okay. But
I mean,
you
yeah.
You don't want like watery spots and stuff like that.
right. So, like, we're almost there. Just gonna try to
That
get some of
reminds
the
me of
edge
this
stuff.
morning.
Oh, stop
I
it.
think that you should just stop right there.
Do you want to make sure that there's no powder in there, or what? Is that the deal?
You can have some little lumps.
Like some
but
powder,
you don't
some
want big
lumps,
chunks of
but-
powder. You don't want those big lumpy things you have in there. You need to.
Let me get that off here. No, the
Now,
lumps on
see
the
how
back.
that is?
I was going to get the
That's called teamwork.
teamwork is the dream work.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah, that does make more sense.
Of course it does.
All right. Just a little bit more mix.
Powder.
I can say one thing: the batter itself already smells good.
Oh, that's right. There's chocolate chips in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm seeing lumps. Okay.
Yep. So I think we're pretty much
I think
good.
Oh, it's thick.
I mean, it's supposed to be. It's brownies. Quality brownies.
He's just going to get more batter on the spatula, Larry.
I was using a spatula to put that.
To get it in there.
Yeah, I knew that. All right, I'll bring the pan over to you, Thomas.
If you would, that would be fantastic. All right.
Do you want me to pour and you take and you?
That would probably be best.
Sure, I'll do
It's
it.
a lot more difficult when it's just one person.
Here we go.
All right. There we go. All that out onto the pan.
I mean, that's about how it came out this morning too.
Oh my gosh.
Then I
Stop.
Now, if you pooped like this,
Don't.
cease.
This is a food show.
Oh, you'd have problems. You should go to the doctors.
Yes.
That's all I was saying.
Somebody should be going to the doctor.
All right.
Well, there's more in there.
Yeah, you
there's
can
a
get
lot
more
more
out
than
of
that. We can get that out. Just kind of hard to see having to angle it. Like
And you really should never eat this because it's raw. You had raw eggs in it, you know? But, you know, countless people do.
Because it
I
tastes
know they
good.
make like cookie dough batter that's like set for that.
Let me.
So they heat that up.
Well, right, but
So if you heat it to a certain temperature, it kills off the bacteria, and then it's safe to eat, even if it's still just batter.
right.
Because it's flour too. It's not just the eggs.
Yes. The question is, do they make brownie batter that's edible, or do they only do it with cookie dough?
I've never seen.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if
There you go.
maybe it is.
You can do your magic though.
Yep. Now you just kind of want to spread that on out, kind of evenly coat.
Well, there's powder in there.
That's not much.
No, there isn't.
It just covered it right up. Probably the back of the spoon probably work easier.
Probably.
Just saying. That's what I do when I'm making these.
You make these?
No, I've never made them.
All right, that looks pretty evenly coated. So myself, maybe a little more in this corner.
It's a little high right here.
Does it?
Yeah.
Just kind of push that on over.
Yeah, now it looks a little thin here.
Well, it's not gonna. It'll
Oh, now
even
it's
out.
thin over here.
All right, now you're just doing that on purpose.
Who, me? So what's the next step, Tom?
So the next step is you're gonna want to put this in for about 20 minutes. Oven we have set to 350. You can see it right there.
Preheated.
Preheated. And actually, I don't know what rack this is set to.
Right in
Sure,
the middle.
that's fine, right in the middle.
Humdrum mint. Fancy shape. Cooling and fruity flavor? Fancier. Too fancy. Perfect amount of fancy. Icebreakers. Ooh, fancy.
As I was saying earlier in the meeting, hey Sharon, do you know Triscuit is crunchy on the outside, yet incredibly wholesome on the inside, just like me.
You forgot salty.
I'm not salty. Triscuit, unapologetically wholesome.
Or say I didn't know like what the racks were on. So you put it like that, and 20 minutes.
20 minutes is all it takes?
I think it gets cooked a bit further later on.
No, it only takes 20 minutes.
It only takes,
Wow. Well, look how
it only takes 20 minutes.
That's why.
They are pretty thin.
And then we'll be back home, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So we'll be back with the brownies being done, and then we can move on to phase 2. Brownies are out of the oven,
Wait.
right over there. They're currently cooling.
Ooh.
They look awesome. They smell delicious. In fact, screw the rest of this. We're just gonna eat the brownies. I'm kidding. So,
Good. You want to?
well, we already got all the stuff out. Anyway, so next up is gonna be the peanut butter layer, phase 2.
Ooh, peanut butter.
And jelly.
Peanut butter.
And jelly.
That's what we used to sing to you when
You're overthrowing the show.
Sorry.
Anyway, so we've got right here. We got some butter,
We're back to Angry Tom.
an entire stick of butter,
What kind of butter?
unsalted sweet cream butter,
There we go.
and we've also got butter of peanut right
Uh-huh.
here. We got 2 cups worth of that. We've got, I believe, 2 teaspoons worth of vanilla right here, and a cup of powdered sugar, or confectioner's sugar, whatever you want to call it. Now, there's actually 2 more cups of confectioner's sugar that we need. We'll explain that later.
So we'll just
So-
put that aside right now.
I mean, I could have stayed right there, but that's fine. So, what you're going to want to do is get a beater.
So what are you going to do?
we're gonna beat this butter until about a minute passes. It gets smooth.
That's what he said. What? That's a weapon. You shouldn't put no beaters in somebody's face.
They're far away from you. So anyway, you're gonna want to do that for about a minute, just to kind of spare you a full minute of butter beating.
Tom beating his butter. What? I just was saying.
Oh, they're nice. They're nice, I tell you. To spare you a minute of that, we're just gonna do this and we'll be right back. All right, so the butter is all churned. Well, not really churned, but it's all
Whipped.
yes, that.
Creamy. It's creamed.
It's creamed.
Cream, sweet cream butter.
And now,
So now we add in the butter of peanuts.
2 cups,
2 cups.
which you already said. I know that.
I did. Nothing wrong with reiterating. That's most of it. And of course, it's peanut butter. It's good.
We're using Jif peanut butter, by the way.
Yes, specifically you want to use creamy peanut butter. You don't want to use
No
like chunky or anything.
No chunky.
Which I
But
guess
the
probably
brand-
good to mention that earlier when we introduced it, but better late than never.
The brand doesn't really matter, though. So,
Alright, now just in the way.
I'm trying to get all the peanut butter off, dude.
Why not just tape it onto the beaters?
Why wouldn't you just say that earlier?
Why didn't you just think of it?
And then you want to put in the, what is this? Vanilla. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Put that in too.
Yep, the 2 teaspoons of vanilla go in. Thank you.
You probably smell peanut butter, don't you?
Quite strongly. It's a good thing I'm not allergic. But if I was, I wouldn't be making this.
So now you're going to beat it again.
Yep. So you're gonna want to do pretty much the same thing. You want to get up to medium highs. You can get this around until you incorporate the vanilla and the butter evenly with the peanut butter. Just get it smooth.
So basically the same speed you're going to be using again?
Pretty much.
Right.
Yep. So I'll get to that, and then we'll be right back when we get to the next step.
And I'll just stand here.
That you will. As we got this all nice and smooth and kind of creamier than it was
It
before.
looks just like a lighter colored peanut butter now.
Yeah, kinda. A little thinner.
So
But it's supposed to be.
what's the next step, Chief?
So the next thing is it's going to be more beating, in which case it's going to be
It's a lot of beating.
it's supposed to be medium low, but ours we're just going to be doing it on the lowest setting, and in which as I do so, my lovely assistant here will be dumping in cups of
Lovely.
confectionery sugar,
I'm lovely.
into the mixture, in which I'm going to pretty much incorporate it throughout.
So I'm
And-
pouring it slowly in there?
I mean, I guess you could. You could also just kind of dump the whole thing in, because there's 3 cups that need to go in. We're doing 1 cup at a time. 1 cup goes in, it gets mixed throughout. Second cup goes in, gets mixed throughout. Third cup, mixed throughout. You put in a fourth, that's too much.
and you might need to switch to your spatula, just because it might get too stiff for your beaters.
That's also a possibility.
Relax there.
This is a professional environment.
Okay, so I'm just pouring this all in, just clumping it in.
Yep, and then I'll mix it up on the lowest setting, and then
Yep. Well, all right,
Is that
good.
right?
Let's just see. Well, yes. I mean, it's a lot of powdery stuff to go in at once, which means it could poof up.
just a bit.
I think they get the drift now. So we're going to keep doing this.
The drift.
Well, after the drift of what we're doing. That's the right word, Tom.
You mean the gist?
Both words work.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've just never heard it. The
Okay.
drift.
You know, catch my drift, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep doing this, and then I'm going to get the next cup, and then the third cup.
Yep. Until it's all mixed in. It was getting a little stiff, so you stop.
Oh, sorry.
So we're switching from the beaters to a spatula.
You could switch to a wooden spoon too. That would work.
Yeah, basically just another stirring implement.
Has
That
to be
looks like a
has
lot
to
of
be
work
rigid
there.
enough.
Because this, yeah.
Hello. Is it supposed to be that thick, really?
Yeah.
That's not going to be easy to spread.
No.
No. That's kind of what
The directions say that. They give you hints on how to do it.
Yep. Well, so you want to just kind of dig at it, flip around, mold it in, get all the sugar as spread throughout as possible, even though it's all just going to clump up to the spatula like it was.
It almost looks like peanut butter cookie dough. I could go for some peanut butter cookies.
Well, you can. You can go ahead and go for some peanut butter cookies.
Okay, see you later.
Why would you tell him that?
You're welcome.
Dude, I still need him to help with stuff.
Oh, he'll be back. He's not going to go get any cookies. He'll be back.
Yeah, you're probably right.
It's raining.
Yeah, what was that?
It's raining outside. He'll be back.
Probably. Alright, anyway, like I said, you just gotta mix this around, and then once you get the sugar as incorporated as you're gonna get it, which it pretty much you're not gonna see any like white powder in it. Like you can still see a little bit right there, so it's not quite done yet, but you're almost done. Just gotta keep working at it.
Check out Temu's Christmas sale. For only $4.19, you can have this button-down shirt. 4 colors to choose from, a comfy and stylish fit. Sizes range from small to double extra large. Plus, just like Santa, we offer free shipping for new users. Download and shop on Temu now.
Looking at it, probably the worst part of baking.
And once that's done,
And once that's done, then you're going to want to put that onto the brownies, which I guess we'll get to
you have
soon.
to wait till the brownies
You have to
are
wait until the brownies are
completely cooled.
completely cooled, which could wind up taking like an hour-ish when it was done. And
He went and got peanut butter cookie.
well, you did what you said you're going to do, so welcome back. Don't worry, spoiling your appetite. Guess you're not going to be getting any of these once they're done.
Can I have a brownie with this cookie?
Nope.
I'll be back.
Where do you think you'll be back again?
I'm gonna go get some bread.
I need your help now!
He'll be back.
Brownies, nice and cooled. As you can see.
Now, how
You
long
can
did
only
that
see
take?
how cool they are.
We put it in the refrigerator.
Yeah, I had to put it in the didn't have to put it in the fridge, but we put it in the fridge anyway to kind of hasten the cooling. It took about an hour-ish.
But you have to wait till it's cooled before you put it in the refrigerator. You don't want to put it in there hot.
Correct.
Right, you can't take it out of the oven, put it right in the fridge. You're going to ruin everything in the fridge.
Right.
But you let it cool a little bit out, then once it's cool enough to go in the fridge, it goes in the fridge, just kind of speeds it up to get fully cool because you can't put this on while it's still warm.
Correct.
So on that note, that peanut butter mixture that we made.
You want me to get a knife so I can scrape it off of that?
That's good. I also have if I use the actual scoop side.
Yeah, you were using the wrong side.
I just said that.
Can I see what you just did?
I might have punched the bowl, but you can't prove that.
We do have it on camera.
Yeah, but you can't prove that.
Yeah, you can. We just watched it.
Yeah, we can. Here, rewind that, will you? Please? Put it in slow motion.
No, I'm not going.
And it's kind of like icing, really. I mean, except for a lot thicker.
Yep.
'Cause you can spread it pretty easy with this.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, you're not having a hard time.
Possible. It's always good to have a helping hand.
And now, how thick? You know, do you? Well, I guess you,
Well, you
just
wanna
want to get it even, right?
You want an even layer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright, just get as much to cut off the back of that. Now you could smooth it out just like with a knife or with a spatula, but that is lame. Why would we do that? So instead, we have a piece of wax paper right over there.
Oh, you want me to get that?
Yeah, you do that. I can get this a little bit more. You kind of want to spread it out evenly first, and then or spread it out as even as like you kind of preliminarily can.
And you're gonna cover it up, so it doesn't have to be like
Right, it doesn't
fancy.
need to be perfect.
Man, Mr. Fancy.
Alright, then you just get all this stuff off, and then set the wax paper on top, and then doing that, then you can just use your hands to smooth it on out.
Seemed like it was easier with the knife.
Well, this part's like for the smoothing. We're going to be doing it again, considering didn't really get it all of everywhere.
And I think it's on the
For the
warm
most part.
side in here, so I think it's relatively easy to smooth because of that.
Yeah. Of course, it also means that I think that it also will.
I wouldn't use that again. That's just
for
gonna
a
stick.
little bit. Yeah.
That knife is working just fine.
How much Bargain detergent does it take to clean as well as Tide? More? Keep going. Still not enough. More liquid doesn't mean more clean. Switch to Tide and get 3 times the clean with less.
Working just fine.
Really, it's just kind of whatever
It
works.
looks kind of thick right here. I don't know if you want to push some of that down that way.
Let's put this to the side, 'cause I'm sure someone else might want the peanut butter.
Well, it's thicker down that way because they're lying. Oh.
Oh, are they?
Are you making plans?
You're claiming them already?
Probably easier with, when you have a non-stick pan, you really don't want to use a knife scraping the sides and stuff like that. Probably easier if you had something plastic here.
I mean, spatula. That'd probably work, right?
I don't know if it's strong enough to, but I think that it's pretty,
Yeah, this is pretty solid.
it looks pretty even now. Oh,
It does look pretty even.
little
What do you think you're doing?
little knuckle print. Yeah, I just need a little bit like right down in this corner here. What do you think?
I think that looks
It's looking
pretty
good.
good.
All right.
All right.
So there we
So
go.
that's
with that.
phase 2. Peanut butter layer is now done. Now we can move on to phase 3. We can actually move on to that right away.
pretty tasty.
I forgot to. Well,
It's like sweet peanut butter.
Some of that should be flattened more. It's going to stick up through the ganache.
Well, I can't use my.
You can't use the knife you licked.
But I can use that. And get it
You can.
flat. Now, when you get it even like that, now's the time.
and now seems like the better time to do that. So nice and flat. It's probably going to wind up sticking to the paper though, because of course it will.
Get it nice and flat. You can put your handprint in there if you want, like that.
I mean,
Flat.
Don't smooth it. I mean, you don't want to warm it up too much. The peanut butter will stick to the wax paper.
might be a little late for that.
There we go. Voila.
Ta-da.
Put her right there.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I wasn't going to say anything. Anyway, while he finishes completely smoothing that out, we can move on to the next part, which is making the chocolate ganache.
Ganache. Did you shake that heavy cream?
It's probably a good idea.
It's always a good idea to shake.
Always a good idea when you work with heavy cream, just give it a little bit of a shake.
It'll.
Well, shake it up.
And you don't want to put too much
Shake
air
it.
in it, but you did just fine. But you don't want to shake it up a lot.
Would
But
you like
you
me
gotta
to pour
mix
that?
it.
Or
Like that.
All right.
So you want to get a 1/4 cup of the heavy cream.
Well, is it getting heavy?
That's not full.
No, it isn't. I'm just making sure that it isn't.
Huh?
How do you make sure that it isn't?
Like I didn't have it like too tilted.
All right,
Jeez.
whatever.
There comes out Angry Tom again.
I did hear
He
that.
poked his ugly head up there.
You're calling it ugly.
Well, Angry Tom is ugly. That's Anger's ugly
I
cousin.
think somebody's just sensitive. Anyway, so you take a 1/4 cup of the heavy cream, as well as 12 ounces of the chocolate chips. That bag that we had was a full 12 ounces, the whole thing. So we just
They're
dumped the whole thing.
semi-sweet, right?
Semi-sweet morsels is what we get, because those are like the best chocolate chips.
Whoa, something's in here.
Oh, sorry about that. Dinner.
While waiting for the brownies to cool, we started up with dinner. So, Anyway, pour that all in.
Pour that all in, put it in the microwave for how long? 45
seconds.
On high, right?
It just said 45 seconds.
So
On high.
I would recommend 30 seconds on high.
All right, the recipe's been updated. We're doing 30 seconds.
Well, the
on high.
reason is because not every microwave's the same.
Yes, and you can always put it in.
You can always put it in for more, but if you put chocolate in the microwave for too long, it seizes up.
Yes.
And that's not pretty.
Not pretty at all.
Nope. You want to try and get this nice and smooth.
Right. So you're going to need a spoon.
Microwave and being stirred around, then we just keep blasting at 15-second increments.
That's correct, until it's nice and smooth. It's not going to be smooth yet, but it gives you a good idea without burning the chocolate or taking it too far.
Yeah, this is better than having to do it over the stove.
Oh, yeah. The other thing I would do, I would recommend, is putting a paper towel under it so you can use that paper towel to pick it up when it gets hot.
That would be a wonderful idea.
Sounds like.
And look at that, it's starting to melt.
It is starting to melt indeed. But we're not quite there yet.
Nope. So we'll put it in there for another.
I'd do 15.
15,
Like I
yep.
said.
Just one chocolate chip that's stuck there.
It'll be all right. It'll melt when you get it in with the
Why are you doing it like that and not putting the paper towel flat?
underneath it. Yeah. Well, whatever.
And you didn't even put the paper towel under it.
I wasn't going to.
Why not?
Because I'll get it out. Don't worry. I'm the sous
Okay.
chef. You're just the stirrer. And the guy put it together, all right? Don't you worry about my job. Worry about yours.
No, you. All right. Just keep on trying to mix it up.
Chocolate milk.
Well,
Probably,
it kind of is, isn't it?
Probably a whisk probably would have worked even better than a spoon. Yeah.
Perhaps.
Tom's being messy.
Yeah.
Oh, light cooking is clean.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay. You're doing that on glass. Be careful.
Yeah.
I'm not doing it that hard.
Okay. Just be careful. I don't want you to chip the bowl.
Obviously, we have to do it longer in there.
Yep, not
15
quite
more
done.
Should have
seconds.
just did it for 45 to begin with.
No, it's not good to do chocolate that way because then the edges could be overdone. Chocolate's tricky.
Tricky chocolate?
Yeah,
Well, I just did it for 20 seconds.
that should be all right.
Better be.
If it's not, it's all your fault.
Whatever.
All right, 17 then.
I want to see something.
Go for it.
Very, very thick on the bottom. But whenever you microwave something, you got to really get everything to turn it around. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think we're going to have to do it even longer. I still think a spatula would have been easier. Well, not a spatula, a whisk. But
Okay.
I'm outnumbered.
Get yourself a whisk then.
I mean, okay, I don't know. Here.
All right, we're going to do it for another 15 seconds.
You want to lick the spoon, don't you?
No.
I mean, a little bit.
You got it right there. I don't want you to lose it.
I see it.
Oops.
Once that's melted, are you just
Did
pouring
you just
it?
lick the spoon?
No.
Oh.
I've been holding it like this the entire time.
Once it's melted, you just pour it on top?
Well, then you gotta smooth it out.
Of course.
So is it supposed to be like really like...
Smooth.
So you can't really take that much time with this because it's going to thicken up.
Right.
Still pretty chunky.
It really takes a bit.
No, it does not look right.
It looks like it got seized up.
How specifically can you tell that?
Yeah, it does.
It looks grainy. At this point, it should be getting smooth, like it was before, and now it looks grainy.
It looks fine to me.
Well, I mean, is there any way to salvage it, or is it just like if it happens, then
That doesn't matter because Dad's already putting it on.
It's fine.
it's apparently fine?
It'll still taste good, even if it
Oh,
doesn't
sure,
look
I mean,
glossy and
chocolate.
smooth.
Sorry if I was absent most of this reaction. I'm sure some ads played. The missionaries came over, so I was talking with them for a bit. But I'm back now. So, but Tom's making brownies, which I know how to make, so I'm not really messing much.
I just want to smooth that on out.
It's thicker and thicker as you do it.
You're getting there.
So how do I go about preventing the chocolate from getting seized up in this case?
Stir it better at the beginning.
Maybe stirring it better, making sure you don't have any clumps on the bottom, because the bottom is what was getting overheated. Also, I've also seen it done where instead of putting everything together and doing it in the microwave, you heat the cream on the stove
Okay.
and then take it off the heat and add the chocolate chips and just stir until they melt.
Makes enough sense.
Then you don't have to worry about them overheating.
I think it's fine, Tom.
I mean, I'm just curious for like future reference. I'm sure
So it'll still taste fantastic.
Exactly.
It's just not that lovely, glossy, smooth layer that you wanted. But it'll still taste really good.
Yeah, you want to get all that chocolate goodness on there, at least as much of it as you can.
Well, I just saw a little bare spot. So.
Can't have that.
All right, so there we go. I mean, if we keep going like this, we're just going to make it look rougher and rougher. So
Yep.
there's nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
And now, what's the next step?
So next up, if I'm not mistaken, it would
Eat
be...
it?
Well, no, we have to let it cool. So it has to go back in the fridge for a time. How long is that?
Do we want to cover it up with?
Not yet, because
Not
it's
yet?
not going to go in for long. I think it only goes in for 10 or 15 minutes.
It's something like
You
that.
pre-cut it, and then you bring it out,
I believe it's pre-cut.
and then it
I
goes
put
back in to finish cooling. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, are we going to show that part, or what's the deal, Chef?
I mean, we can show it like after it cools a little bit, just to kind of show
When
it.
you cut them?
Yeah, like right before the cutting.
All right.
So once they're cooled a little bit, then we will show that off.
Okay.
It's all nice and cooled.
But it's not like
It's not like
hard.
cold, because you don't want it to be too cold. If it gets too cold, then like the top will harden too much. Then when you go to cut it, it
So
will
you had it in for what?
about 15, 20-ish minutes. I know I said 10 to 15. I was a little off. 15 and 20 is probably more like it. You just get that, and then now because we have a metal thing, we don't want to scratch it up, so we have plastic knives.
Want me to start over on this side? So we're gonna cut them like this big, right? About 2 inches. Right. So we're gonna cut them like this big, right? About 2 inches.
Roughly, yeah. We're gonna try and go for like a 4x6 sort of grid.
It's not that easy.
No.
And so let's talk about the chocolate top, Tom.
Yes, because that is a bit of a thing. Because I, didn't really know what I was doing.
No, and we remembered from doing the chocolate on the. In case you guys didn't watch it, it was we made homemade Reese's, which were absolutely delicious. And I remember that a lot of how you mix it, because you got to get that the way a microwave heats up. You got to get that heat distribute it as fast as you can in those chocolate chips. So I think we could have had a problem with that because the mixer was. I think you were busy talking while you were trying to do it for one.
Probably. So trying to talk, maintain that little.
It's a little thick in some spots, so it takes you a little while to cut this too.
Just a bit.
I don't know.
There might be like a really thick.
We have a drunken sailor over on this side over here.
Hey, these two are just fine.
No, look at them. They're going on an angle. Look how straight mine are. Excuse me.
Okay, well that's fair because you're the one who's just like.
Look how straight these are as
Alright,
opposed to this drunken sailor over here.
Hold up, real quick. Don't move. Stay right where you were. Mom, please step back and get the full picture of exactly where we both are in relation to this, where we're cutting it. Note that I'm cutting it on an angle because I'm looking at diagonal, whereas he's practically in front of it.
Well, why didn't you move over?
Because you weren't even a step closer.
I was way over here like
you
this.
Were not.
Yes, I was.
You were not.
Look, we're gonna cut that and make it.
All right, so it looks like it's gonna be about a 4x7 instead. So 20 brownies.
Look, right there. Now we'll go a little bit.
I was gonna say, how did you just stop there though?
All right, so now we can go this way.
Yep, there's not really enough room for me to start the other side. Now I want to go cocky wampus again. So
Why are you cutting them so small?
well, because they're very, very rich brownies. Like there's a lot to them. Between the sugary peanut butter, the brownie itself, which is dark chocolate and very rich.
It's probably not a
Makes
bad
sense.
Probably not a bad idea to wipe your knife off every once in a while, because if not, you're just smearing everything around.
Up. Yeah. And then of course, once you're done actually cutting it, then you want to go and put it back into the fridge. In which case, then you can just let it keep cooling. You're probably gonna have to cut it again when you actually go to serve it. And if you use the parchment paper like we had said you could do before, then makes getting them out a little bit easier because you just kind of lift them up and out. If you don't, then you gotta kind of dig a bit more to get the brownies out, but whatever works.
Yeah, guys, hey, this is coming out right before Thanksgiving, right? So
that it is.
This is a great dessert to make for Thanksgiving.
That it is.
And I'll tell you what, doesn't matter if you make the ganache grainy or not. It still tastes the same. It doesn't look as smooth and glassy.
Right. It's the first time I've made this and the first time I've tried to microwave chocolate in microwave. I don't know how you would microwave it any other way.
Well, the problem, like I said, the problem is just you're stirring and that's all.
Right.
But it's not going to matter taste-wise. I mean.
Nope, and it looks like we have actually managed to split a bit further. It is actually 5x7, so we have 35 individual brownies with this. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It kind of it works nice because it's like kind of like cookies in a way. You can just kind of like finger food. It's like you get one and then eat it. But
I'd love to take one out right now and eat it, but I can't because I just would have a mess. So
yeah,
we gotta let them.
They gotta continue to cool. Yeah. But besides,
so now can we put handy wrap over or not yet?
Is there any warmth left?
Hi. Here we go. Loki.
So now can we put handy wrap over or not yet?
Is there any warmth left?
No.
It's pretty cold to me.
Yeah, so we want to cover it with handy wrap before we put it in the refrigerator.
But in the meanwhile, very nice pan of brownies, I would say. What do you think? Very nice pan of brownies? Is that they're a pretty nice pan of brownies?
I think.
Bless you.
Bless you. Wasn't that a cough?
Sounded like a sneeze.
No, it didn't sound like a cough to me. You don't get blessed for coughing, do you?
No.
When you're trying to pretend it's a sneeze, you do.
Oh, you.
Well, that didn't work. Oh yeah, this had a lid. That would have been nice to remember.
Thank you.
Never mind that the lid's a little warped.
I think
see how that happened.
I think probably in the dishwasher.
I mean, I figure this is the replacement cake pan for the one that I accidentally broke.
I think your
years
mother
ago.
was just trying to tell me to put a lid on it.
I would never.
Well, you said it.
Guys, I'm telling you what,
These are awesome.
we've had them before, and they're delicious. Well worth making. Try it out. Don't be worried about the ganache. It'll turn out fine.
Not goulash, by the way. If you make a goulash on top of this, you're doing it wrong.
So you want to
be good.
Go ahead and close this out?
be able to relax, and we'll meet you at the lounge or something.
You didn't even drink it.
Neither did you.
Yes, I did. I had a whole
Yeah, you drank a whole bunch after I had to go and get my water and come back.
And I waited like.
And then you put it back up to your mouth. You were just like, real quick.
I'll cut you.
I'll bash you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Back on up.
Good. I have all the brownies.
Save big this Christmas.
Oh my God, it's not December.
Get this shirt for only $3.20. Find your comfy and stylish.
Smell it?
I smelled it earlier.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, whoops. Alright, anyways, that pretty much ends this video here. It's an interesting video to say the least. So. Alright, it's installing. What about this? Okay, I don't think I can access this yet. And why that's there when it's not Game Pass based. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Stay tuned for the next one.